Cut. Caravana. Shan. Slap. Arms.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now witnessing for the arrival of the Honorable Vice President, General Retired Dr. CGDN Chiwenga and Amai Chiwenga. Murune mrizo! Maoko maoko!
Order! Arms! Standard is! Stand easy!
Pane vachangotibata, pane vachangosvika, regai tikuzivise zvekare kuti guard of honor yedu yakamira sei. The parade composition. Guard commander is Major Tawanda Kapudza. Guard warrant officer is Warrant Officer Class 2 Kushaya Michael.
1, 2, testing. Testing communication. 1, 2, testing.
Ndichaenderera mberi ndichikuzivisa mamiriro akaita parade. Detachment commanders. Number 1 detachment is being led by Lieutenant Ponziano Shiri. Number 2 detachment is being led by Lieutenant Vision Wicheo Mateko. Kalapat, Senior Ensign, National Color. Ndi Lieutenant Urende ndo akatakura mureza wonyika, the national flag. Junior Ensign, Zimbabwe Defense Forces color, yakatakuwa na Lieutenant David Maketo. Conducting warrant officer is Warrant Officer Class 2 Tirara Meshadrek. Color Sergeant of the Guard is Color Sergeant Betty Matikiti. Escort to the color, we've got Color Sergeant Mavuna Tapiwa, Sergeant Muzua Wilmo, and Sergeant Ruchara Venanzia. Band and drums from the Zimbabwe National Army, and is being led by the Director of Music, Lieutenant Taurai Kawadza. The band master is Sergeant Vuta Francis. The drum major, Corporal Mombeshora Witness. Mascot, Corporal Chimoyo. Mascot handler, Sergeant Mashipe Robert. And the parade orderlies, we have got Captain Takawira Chinyani and Captain Talenti Karima. Ndio mamiriro akaita Guard of Honor, which is being mounted by the presidential guards.
1, 2, testing.
Hut.
Ngati simuketese,
Chan.
shall we all rise?
Slope. Arms.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this point in time, we are witnessing the arrival of His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe and Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, Comrade Dr. Emerson Tambudzo Mnangagwa.
Slope. Arms. Order. Arms.
The Guard Commander, Major Tawanda Kapfudza, is going to report the state of the parade and request His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, who is the guest of honor, to inspect the guard of honor.
Good afternoon, Your Excellency. The President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Head of State and Government, and Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, Guard of Honor, to mark the official opening of the 116th edition of the Zimbabwe Agricultural Show for the year 2026, mounted by Zimbabwe National Army Presidential Guards Brigade, composed of 4 officers, color part, 1 command sergeant major of the guard, 1 color sergeant of the guard, and 96 soldiers. Band, drums, and mascot from Presidential Guard Brigade. All formed up in line, ready for inspection, Your Excellency.
Permission has been granted. Ngatigare edu pasi, we may take our seats. We are now witnessing the inspection of the guard by His Excellency, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, Comrade Dr. Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. Trikuona vachifamba zvinyoronyoro vakaescortwa na guard commander.
Thank you for the inspection. Permission to prepare guard of honor for the national anthem, Your Excellency.
Permission has been granted for the guard commander to prepare the guard of honor to sing the national anthem. May we all rise.
Stop!
Varume ngatibvise ngwani.
Press danger salute. Present arms. March of Guard of Honor, Your Excellency.
Now permission has been granted for the Guard of Honor to march off the arena.
Recover arms. Guard of Honor, reform 3 ranks. Dressing inwards, dress.
At Karedu Pasi, we may take our seats.
Cars on the line! Stand still! Guard of Honor! Yes! Front!
Stop! Arms! Guard of Honor, march off. Move to the right hand column of route. Right! 10!
Band and drums marching forward to occupy their position in front of the Guard of Honor, being led by the Director of Music, Lieutenant Taurai Kawadza.
By the left, quick march!
Trikona Guard Commander Major Tawanda Kapudza vachitungamirira the Guard of Honor kuya kuzoita kuzopa remekedzo zvekare vachiita paying of compliments
I stand by detachments!
That's the saluting on the march.
I stand by detachments!
Ngatrove maoko murune muritso maoko maoko zvekare. Ndo paperera program yedu ya Guard of Honor. Rangu zita ndinonzi Captain Andrew Chimedza from the Zimbabwe National Army Public Relations Directorate. Ndiri kushanda pamwe chete na Color Sergeant Chinehasha Seiko from Presidential Guards Public Relations Detachment. Ndichasiyira nguva kuna Mr. Mapranga Maimba Mapranga ndio wachatiendera mbele ne program. Miti Maimba Mapranga, our MC for the next program.
Zimbabwe oye! Zimbabwe oye! Maskata kanaka salibonani. It is a beautiful sunny day here in Zimbabwe, Harare, the capital city of this beautiful country of Zimbabwe. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Comrade Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa. Aiwa mururu na miridzo uko. Mururu na memuridzo uko. Vanopururudza muriko ere uko. Vanoridza meterwa muriko ere uko. Chaizandla, chaizandla. Ladies and gentlemen, our security services ngavatiwombere maoko, tiwombere maoko vachibuda zvekare for the parade. Let's give them a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Ndinokumbira nzeve dzenyu tichitanga program yedu iyo yatanga kare. Started with a tour of the stands celebrating 116 years. Minister of Defense and ZANU-PF Chairman, Honorable O.C.Z. Muchinguri Kashiri. The Speaker of Parliament, Advocate Honorable Jacob Mudenda. The Minister of Agriculture, Mechanization and Water Resources Development, Honorable Dr. A.J. Masuka. The Minister of Lands and Rural Development, Honorable V.P. Haritatos. Minister of State for the Harare Metropolitan Province, Senator C. Tawengwa. Other honorable ministers here present, deputy honorable ministers here present, members of parliament that are here present, His Worship the Mayor of Harare, Councillor J. Mafume, members of the diplomatic corps, distinguished guests, farmers and distinguished and agribusiness leaders, our corporate leaders here present, members of the Fourth Estate, ladies and gentlemen. Allow me now to jump straight to our first speaker. This will be the president of the Zimbabwe, president of the small P, Zimbabwe Agricultural Show Society, Mr. N. Kudenga, to come and give us his remarks and introduction of the guest of honor, His Excellency the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Comrade Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa. Tuombere Kudenga mawoko, tuombere mawoko. Or you can do better than that. Put your hands together. A big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Your Excellency, Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Vice President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Honorable General Retired, Dr. C.G.D.N. Chiwenga and Amai, the Vice President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Honorable K.D.C.M. Mohadi, Minister of Agriculture, Mechanization and Water Resources Development, Honorable Dr. A.J. Masuka, Minister of Lands and Rural Development, Honorable V.P. Haritatos, Minister of State for Harare Metropolitan Province, Senator C. Tawengwa, other honorable ministers here present, His Worship the Mayor of Harare, Councillor J. Mafume, members of the diplomatic corps, distinguished guests, farmers and agribusiness leaders, Zimbabwe Agricultural Society Council and staff, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome. Before I proceed, it is with a heavy heart that I notify the public of the passing of Dr. Robin Mpawosi, former president of the Zimbabwe Agricultural Society. Dr. Mpawosi was a pillar of this institution and the agricultural sector. His visionary leadership, commitment to farmer development, and dedication to transforming ZAS laid the foundation for much of what we celebrate today. We honor his legacy and extend our deepest condolences to his family. May his soul rest in eternal peace. I also extend a warm welcome to our fellow shore societies from across Zimbabwe, the region, and beyond. Your presence here demonstrates the spirit of collaboration and shared learning that strengthens agricultural exhibitions worldwide. It is my distinct honor and privilege as President of the Zimbabwe Agricultural Society to welcome you to the 116th edition of the Zimbabwe Agricultural Show. For 116 years, ZAS has stood at the heart of Zimbabwe's agricultural story. From a small gathering of farmers in 1895 to the multi-sectoral showcase you see today, we have remained guided by one simple mandate: to facilitate agricultural development in Zimbabwe. Your Excellency, the President of Zimbabwe, and the patron of ZAS, and our honorable Vice Presidents, thank you for your continued leadership and support to ZAS and to the agricultural sector. And to our farmers who have traveled from every province, thank you. You are the reason we gather here today. This year we gather under the theme, Powering Growth, where agriculture, technology, and commerce converge. It is a theme that challenges us to think differently, to work together, and to build an agricultural sector that is productive, modern, and profitable. Ladies and gentlemen, an annual show is important, but true development requires institutions and infrastructure that work every day of the year. ZAS is proud to be a direct implementer of National Development Strategy 2 and a key partner in the attainment of Vision 2030. Agriculture is the anchor of NDS 2. And through this show and our year-round programs, ZAS is delivering on national priorities: productivity and food security, industrialization and value addition, job creation and youth empowerment, export growth and import substitution, and infrastructure development. Through the Master Farmer Training Program, our scholarship initiatives, we are building human capital and promoting climate-smart agriculture to ensure national food self-sufficiency. ZAS 116 is a marketplace where raw produce meets processors, financiers, and exporters. By converging agriculture, technology, and commerce, we are supporting the thrust of moving from raw commodity exports to value-added products. Our infrastructure projects, including the Greenfields Mall and the presence of 640 exhibitors here today, are creating direct and indirect employment. Our scholarship and skills programs ensure that young people are equipped to lead the agricultural economy. By showcasing 89,500 square meters of local and international innovation and by hosting forums like the Green Indaba and the ZNCC Business Forum, ZAS is facilitating market linkages that grow exports and reduce the import bill. In line with this, ZAS has embarked on an ambitious master plan, implementation to transform the showgrounds into a world-class year-round business and learning hub. Under this plan, we will establish a computer-based examination center to kick off with a capacity of 80 students per city. A new 200,000 square meter double volume exhibition hall. And by 2029, one of the largest hotel and conference centers in the country. These projects are a clear evidence that ZAS is moving from a 6-day event to a 365-day economic institution. I am pleased to report that Greenfield Shopping Mall has been completed through our strategic partnership with Terrace Africa, officially opened by Your Excellence in November 2025. This landmark development stands as testimony to ZAS's direct response to your clarion call to transform Zimbabwe into an upper middle income economy by 2030. Greenfields is now a permanent home for agribusiness, retail, and the services right here at the showgrounds, ensuring that the connections made during the show continue all year round. Your Excellency, agriculture is knowledge intensive, and our people are our greatest asset. ZAS proudly partners with the Ministry of Agriculture, Mechanization, and Water Resources Development in the implementation of the Master Farmer Training Program. We are also actively supporting the livestock revitalization agenda in close collaboration with the Department of Veterinary Services and Department of Livestock Production. The objectives are clear: to rebuild and expand national health, improve animal health and disease control, rehabilitate community livestock infrastructure, increase productivity and commercialization, and enhance farmer livelihoods by ensuring livestock becomes a viable business that creates wealth and jobs, especially for rural households. We are also securing the future through skills development. The ZAS Agriculture Diplomas Scholarship Program continues to deliver results, with 45 scholarship beneficiaries currently undertaking work-related learning, and the 32 first-year students enrolled at 8 state agricultural colleges. This investment ensures that every district and every value chain will have young, qualified agricultural professionals ready to drive productivity, innovation, and food security. The strength of ZAS 116 is reflected on the grounds. Exhibitor numbers continue to grow, 630 in 2025, rising to 640 in 2026, a 4.4% increase. This growth represents renewed business confidence, more jobs, more investment deals, more technology transfer, and more market linkages for our farmers and SMEs. Competition entries have also surged. Beef entries rose from 66 to 112, goats from 40 to 78, sheep from 30 to 45, pigs from 26 to 34, poultry from 105 to 269. And tobacco entries more than doubled from 121 to 249, and cotton entries doubled from 20 to 40. These figures demonstrate the vibrancy of our agricultural sector and the renewed energy of our farmers. To our exhibitors and sponsors, you are the lifeblood of ZAS. Your investment, innovation, and partnership brings this show to life. You create markets for farmers, you showcase the future of agriculture, and you make ZAS the premier business platform in the region. ZAS is about convergence, where a farmer meets a banker, a researcher meets an agro-processor, and an innovator meets the investor. That is why this week we are hosting the General Indaba, the ZNCC Business Forum, and ANAC on agricultural productivity and food security. Technology is the present of agriculture. At ZAS 116, you will see climate smart irrigation, digital platforms, mechanization, and renewable energy. To improve service delivery, we have introduced online ticket sales for our programs and media accreditation, opened additional entry gates, expanded secure parking, upgraded CCTVs, and introduced the child tagging for enhanced safety. For our families, Glamis Arena will host live performances including Jar Praiser and fireworks on Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Your Excellency, the President of Zimbabwe and patron of the Zimbabwe Agricultural Society. As I conclude, allow me to express our profound appreciation. We acknowledge the government of Zimbabwe for providing a stable and supportive policy environment. To our corporate sponsors, partners, and exhibitors, thank you for your investment and for bringing commerce to life at ZAS. To our ZAS members, thank you for your stewardship. To our regional and international partners, thank you for your collaboration in trade, knowledge exchange, and technology transfer. To Teres Africa, thank you for delivering the Greenfields Mall. To the media, thank you for taking the ZAS story to every corner. To the ZAS board, management, and staff, your dedication is appreciated. And to our farmers, you are the backbone of this economy and the heart of ZAS. We salute you. Ladies and gentlemen, agriculture is our livelihood, our heritage, our future. As we enter the final stretch of the show, let us continue to learn, to sign deals, and to power growth. I thank you. Your Excellency, the President of Zimbabwe and patron of the Zimbabwe Agricultural Society, it is now my honor to invite you to officially open the 116th Zimbabwe Agricultural Show. Your Excellency, sir.
The Director of Ceremonies, in absentia, the First Lady. The Vice President, Honorable General Retired Dr. C. Gideon Chiwenga. Vice President, Honorable Colonel Retired Dr. K.C.D. Mohadi. The National Chairman of ZANU-PF and the Minister of Defense, Honorable O.C.Z. Mchinguri Kashiri. The Minister of State for Harare Metropolitan Province, Senator Tawengwa. The Minister of Agriculture, Mechanization, and Water Resources Development, Dr. Masuka, Honorable Ministers and Deputy Ministers who are here, the Chief Secretary to the President Cabinet, Dr. Martin Luswaya, senior government officials, Commander Zimbabwe Defense Forces, General Matatu, service chiefs, President of the Zimbabwe Agricultural Society, Comrade Kudenga, the council members, management and staff of the Zimbabwe Agricultural Society, madzimambo edu vari pano, ndinokuremekedzai, members of the diplomatic corps, captains of international commerce, farmers, exhibitors and delegates, comrades and friends. It is my honor and privilege to address this 116th edition of the Zimbabwe Agricultural Show, being held under the theme Powering Growth, where agriculture, technology and commerce converge. I wish to congratulate the Council, management and staff of the Zimbabwe Agricultural Society, together with all stakeholders, for the institution's 116 years of service. For over a century, this premier platform has been a strategic space where the broad array of agriculture sector players converge. It is here where the policy of government meets practice. The week-long event provides the people of our great motherland, Zimbabwe, an opportunity to see and experience some of the results of our ongoing national development programs. The ingenuity of the various sectors of the economy, which impact our mechanization, modernization, and industrialization, is equally evident. These grounds of the Zimbabwe Agricultural Society provide that ecosystem where the farmer can access irrigation equipment and the banks interact with the new clients for credit guarantee schemes. In addition, processors can sign contracts to fill the agro-processing zones, and the young talented boy or girl child can showcase his or her ingenuity, innovation, and creativity, including demonstrating how to build an agri-tech business solution. It is timely that this year's agriculture show is occurring on the backdrop of the implementation of the National Development Strategy number 2. This strategic national blueprint provides for the accelerated realization of Vision 2030. Key aspects of agriculture, including mechanization and irrigation development, among others, are at the center of this agenda. Under my administration, the sector is the engine of industrialization, driver of exports, and foundation of food security and self-sufficiency, as well as empowerment and employment creation. It is pleasing that Under the National Development Strategy number 1, we have built the requisite foundation for sustained growth. This has seen us realize unprecedented milestones, in which our beloved motherland, Zimbabwe, achieved 100% self-sufficiency in 2023-2024. And again in 2025, with a harvest of 375,000 metric tons. Under maize, we experienced a strong recovery from the 2024 drought to produce 2.3 million metric tons in 2025, restoring our strategic grain reserve. Agricultural exports now exceed $2.1 billion. Recently, the closure of the 2025-2026 tobacco marketing season was marked with results that should make the nation proud. Our country produced 358 million kilograms of tobacco, valued at over $890 million. This is our second highest crop harvest on record. While tobacco remains our #1 agriculture export earner, employing over 500,000 people across the value chain. I wish to commend our farmers, extension workers, financial institutions, input suppliers, and other stakeholders for these success milestones. I say well done, Makorokoto Amhlope, Zimbabwe. Going forward, I challenge the various subsectors across all categories of farmers to shift the horizon towards increased and consistent high output transformation and value addition. As we journey towards this goal, my government is committed to continually develop the total hectareage of irrigation. The overall objective is to ensure that yearly we produce enough maize, enough wheat, enough traditional grains and horticulture to feed our nation ourselves and have a surplus for export. Under the National Development Strategy number 2, we will no longer export opportunities, jobs, and the value of our products, which are often exported as raw materials. To this end, the Second Republic has set out to establish special agro-processing zones in all our 10 provinces. We must move from raw soybeans to cooking oil and stock feeds, raw milk to cheese and yogurt, among other dairy products, fruits to juice and concentrates, tobacco leaf to cigarettes, cattle to leather and packaged meat. All agricultural produce must be processed locally. The target is to grow the overall agro-processing share in the manufacturing sector. This responsibility is not only for big enterprises, but must be promoted from the village level and rural industrialization frameworks. This must see the transition of more than 1.8 million smallholder farmers into commercial value chains. Strategies such as contract farming, linkages with the Zimbabwe Mercantile Exchange, and financing under the expanded Agricultural Finance Corporation as well as the new credit guarantee scheme, should be pursued with deliberate focus. On its part, government will continue to facilitate the ease of doing business environment to ensure competitiveness of our made in Zimbabwe quality goods and products. Investments in laboratories, standards, compliance, and certification for traceability must remain our strategic priorities. Comrades and friends, countrymen and women, innovation, technology, research and development are no longer optional. The agriculture sector has evolved to data, mechanization, and agri-technologies which ride on artificial intelligence. Faced with this reality, precision and climate-smart agriculture must be boldly embraced by all our farmers. Further, it is critically important that the deployment of soil sensors, satellite monitoring, and drone services be expedited. These must be complemented by the digitization of extension and agronomy services across all provinces, ward by ward. Meanwhile, I challenge the institutions of higher learning and the country's research ecosystem to scale up innovations, inventions, trademarks, and patents related to agriculture and agro-processing. Applications and data from laboratories, as well as output from innovation hubs and industrial parks, must be products that our farmers can use today and in the future for improved household incomes and the benefit of our country as a whole. Our preparation for the 2026-2027 agriculture season will continue to be informed by science. We are rolling out a national early warning system and index-based insurance program. Under these forward-looking initiatives, stronger disaster preparedness and support measures are in place to guarantee risk and burden reduction for vulnerable communities, including women, children, and youth. Meanwhile, my administration is alive to the centrality of infrastructure and energy as key enablers for increased agriculture production and productivity. We thus continue to rehabilitate and modernize our national roads, rail, and air infrastructures, while concerted efforts are being made to speed up investments in cold chain and storage facilities. My government is expanding our national agriculture mechanization capacity, with each village earmarked to have access to a tractor and other key equipment. Comrades and friends, countrymen and women, the future of farming is anchored on our women, our youth, productive and entrepreneurial population of our country. This segment of our demography is a vital cog of agriculture, as both drivers and beneficiaries. To this end, my administration is establishing youth agriculture entrepreneur hubs across our provinces, and also broadening the reach of the Women in Agriculture Fund to ensure that no one and no place is left behind. I am therefore confident that this premier event will go a long way to enrich the perspectives, insights, and networks within the agriculture sector towards the realization of our national goals. On its part, my government will continue to support the Zimbabwe Agricultural Society to modernize this exhibition park and expand its impactful programs in districts and wards of our beloved motherland, Zimbabwe. It is my expectation that the various resolutions and recommendations emanating from this annual premier event will help inform the implementation of our people-centered programs and projects. To our private sector, I challenge you to take up the opportunities for investments and partnerships outlined in our National Development Strategy number 2. Together, let us nurture and weave long-term synergies for the local manufacture of fertilizers and livestock vaccines, among other components required in the agriculture sector and the broader economy. Nyika inovakwa, igotongwa, igonamatirwa. Hallelujah. To our farmers, I urge you to be commercial, innovate, and to adapt new technologies while entrenching a culture of continuous improvement, production and productivity. Ngatirimei minda yedu, asilimeni amasimu yetu vakiti. Our national land resources have moved from being a form of communal entitlement or settlement to being assets of production, wealth creation, and empowerment. To the youth and to our women, agriculture is the overarching business of the present and the future. I challenge you to lead this sector, the youth and the women. Help feed the nation and produce the feedstock for our industry. Finally, I wish to congratulate those who have been recognized and have won awards for their performance. World-class exhibitions and displays we have seen today. I say to you, Makorokoto amhlope vana veZimbabwe. With these remarks, it is now my singular honor and indeed pleasure to declare this 116th edition of the Zimbabwe Agricultural Show officially open. God bless you, God bless Zimbabwe, and thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. I invite you to now present prizes to our deserving winners, Your Excellency.
Mururu na mirizoko, mururu, mururu, mururu. Mururu, mururuko. Mururuko. Simuka 2 minutes. Mururu, 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 mururuko. Zimbabwe hoye! Mururu na mirizo all around the stadium. Let me hear you make some noise. Zimbabwe hoye! All right, all right, all right. We may take our seats. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa, has officially opened the 116th edition of the Zimbabwe Agricultural Society Show 2026. Your Excellency, we now proceed to award those that have won prizes this afternoon. The first category, which is the best cotton grower of the year, Murimi Mukuru Wedonje. This is sponsored by MIF. Are they here? Okay. MIF, and the winner, Your Excellency, I am told they are winning the tractor that is there. They're winning the tractor that is there. If the winner is Anthony Charewa. Anthony Charewa, timombere mawoko. A winner, the blue tractor, iripaserapo. Mawoko, mawoko, mawoko. Aya vanopurudza, musaita jerasi va. Nasi zware kupurudza, mpululu, mpululu, mpululu. I see the Honorable Minister of Agriculture coming through to join us. Tarisai kuno, kuma photographer, ma picture. Mo sekerera oka, sekererai, pane marim katere. Aiwa, pana. Tinotenda, I want to keep this moving. The best female cotton grower of the year, sponsored by Black Gravity. Sponsored by Black Gravity. And winning a borehole, drilling and solarization equipment worth $6,816. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner, Roda Shoko. Wambera Roda mawoko, ayorota arkuya. We are Rota. We are Rota. They are good Rota. My Shoko. We are Zenyamai. Your Excellency, the best female cotton grower of the year. Dear my Shoko. Timbere mawoko, mawoko, mawoko. Mazimai vanorima muri winner. Fumvudza winner. The prize is a multi-crop thresher. Multi-crop thresher sponsored by Valley Seeds. The winner is Faith Panganai. Faith Panganai. Ngati mombere mawoko. Tikumboda munu mwechete chete munowaperekedza but pakushika pano mwechete chete. The next one, Your Excellency, small stock winner. Small stock winner. They are winning 1 heifer. Sponsored by Federation of Young Farmers Clubs, Zimbabwe. The winner is Stephen Ndiaba. The next one, overall best livestock winner, winning a pedigree bull, Coopers, sponsored by Cooper and Capital Foods. Your Excellency, the winner from Zikombelero Farms, Dr. Divine Ndlukula. Dr. Divine Ndlukula. Moving on, the commercial stands competition winners. So all those that want tractors, at some point, His Excellency will come and join you for a photo op. But I'm going to continue with our program now. Commercial stands competition winners, once I call your name, please, with expediency, move to the front. Number 1, Dairy Board Zimbabwe. Company exhibitor, sponsor ZAS, competition name, Best Agricultural Value Addition and Beneficiation Exhibit. Dairy Board, Zimbabwe. Tombere Mawoko. The next one, Best Environmental Conservation and Land Use Exhibit, sponsored by Emma. The winner, Gio Pomona Waste Management. Gio Pomona. I see Dr. Nguaya coming. The next one, sponsored by Blue Ribbon. Best Agro Processing and Food Systems Transformation Exhibit. The winner, Tongat Hewlett, Zimbabwe. Tongat Hewlett, Zimbabwe. Tongat Hewlett, Zimbabwe. Ngati fambe amazangu, ngati fambe. Kanada kudanda ifamba mkagonzi wa company yenyu. Your Excellency, the next one, Best Mining Value Addition and Sustainable Practices Exhibits, sponsored by sponsored by ZAS, Mimosa Mining Company. Mimosa Mining Company. The next award, Best Government Department, Ministry Exhibit, Policy and Service Delivery, sponsored by ZIMRA.